Hey there, welcome back. If you didn't catch the last episode, my name's Tort, and this is my survival world. By the end of last episode, all that was built in this world was this giant mountain. If you want to see what it looks like, you should watch the first episode. So you're probably wondering why there is this. Look, there's something we're gonna do today, and it relates to all these cats and the creeper, and it was this whole bit, and I thought it was gonna be really funny, and then I got really carried away. Okay? Look, They're so loud! Okay. Look, I have elytra, but I'm not really comfortable using them yet. And that's because I don't have a way to make fireworks, or repair them, or do anything to sustain actually having wings. So I just haven't been using them. We're at least gonna check one of the things off the list today, and that is fireworks. You can probably see where the cat and the creeper comes in now. If you remember, near the beginning of last video, I mentioned that I don't want to use any tutorials this series. So, we're gonna have to figure out how to make a creeper farm. Welcome to Under the Cliff. If you were wondering where I got all the materials for my build, this is it. Let's meet up with our friend. Let's meet up with our friend here so we can discuss this creeper farm. So, creepers are scared of cats. I think that's something that most people know. Specifically, they will run away from cats within a 6-block radius. I don't really have a creeper to demonstrate that, but you just have to believe me. So, if we have a platform of 5 blocks, and we put a trapdoor at the end, the creeper should wander off into whatever we want it to. Add in a way to kill them, and a collection system, and we've got ourselves some gunpowder. But of course, with the way it is now, other things can spawn besides creepers. So to make it to where only creepers spawn, we add trapdoors to the roof, and we add some carpets to the ground. The trapdoors make it so zombies and skeletons can't spawn because they're too tall, and the carpets make it so spiders can't spawn because they need a 3x3 area. Just a quick disclaimer, this design probably already exists. I'm kind of using my memory here. I've seen things like this before, but I promise you I'm not using a tutorial. It's all off the dome, I swear. I'm gonna need a lot of trapdoors, so let's go get some wood. Alright, we've got ourselves 10 stacks of logs. I don't actually know if that's going to be enough. Let's figure that out. So each layer is going to have a drop chute with 10 trapdoors. And this circle is 54 blocks? So a stack of trapdoors per layer. If I have about 2,500 planks, that makes about 850 trapdoors. So I can have 13 layers, which is probably more than I will make. Let me add some blocks into here to build with. And now I just need carpet. I've got a bunch of sheep over here just for this. Thank you, everyone. I don't know if this will be enough, but we can always come back later. Now, where do I want to build this thing? I'm thinking right in this area, but I'm going to have to do some terraforming first. That should be a good enough space to work on. But first, there's a problem. I have too much dirt. Look at all this dirt. Well, actually, this isn't a lot of dirt. Now look at all this dirt. Way too much. I'm about to overflow. I need a storage space. I'm thinking I should build it right over here. Of course, I need to clear away more dirt to make space. All right, now let's figure out the shape of this thing. The first thought that came to mind was big circle. Let's make a big circle. Center point right there. No. There. No. There. No. There. There we go. Now the question is, how big do I want to make the circle? Would a radius of 9 be good? Yeah, I think that's the perfect size. And that looks like a good perimeter shape. So now I have something like this. I want to get fancy and make a diagonal entrance. And I want the whole building to be sloped. How am I going to do that? So in the back, I'll have it 2 blocks high. And then by this point, it'll be 3. By this point, it'll be 4. Something's wrong. Oh, I get it now. That's better. So by that logic, this would be 5. Yeah, I think that's a good slope. And that gives us this shape. Hello, chicken. So maybe I just make this whole part 1 block higher. Yeah, I think that's not too tall. Now we've got to consider our entrance. Looks fine to me. As for the interior, I was thinking of sinking it down a bit. So now we've got something like this, where I can place 2 staircases. I'm gonna get to work designing this interior. I'll see you when I'm done. We've definitely got something going on here. I think the storage is pretty apparent on where everything goes. Might not be enough in the long term, but we can always add. I've been doing this style of storage of just slapping a bunch of chests and barrels around, and the best thing about it is that if I ever need more... Whoa, look at that! There's another one! Wow, amazing. I'm sure there's other ways of sneaking storage into. In the future, if we ever need more, I can dig into the ground or do whatever. I don't know. Anyways, enough rambling. I'm gonna put a roof on this thing. "13 tours done. Now we can get back to the real project. Problem is I have no clue where I want to put this thing. So let's get to outlining. Alright, a quick update while it's raining, because of course it is. I want this creeper farm to be a part of a rundown factory. I made this church, and I made it all broken down and old, and I really like that theme. So I'm going to bring it over to here. I've started figuring out some of the basic structures of the factory. I know I want a road for loading and unloading of resources with some kind of sky bridge going over it. So that's what this is here. I'm probably going to have an elevated pathway along here with doorways in and out to load materials, a sky bridge going over, and this building here. Don't know what this building would actually be, but for our purposes, it's just going to be a way to get up and down and through this bridge. The actual factory is going to lay in this area, so let me get working on that. Alright, a little more progress and we've got some buildings kind of shaped out. Factories are very boxy, so I want to make sure that I am messing with elevation and having some variation in the heights of these buildings, as their shapes can get pretty boring. I think this is going to be the highest part of the building, but I also want to make it a little bit skinnier, and then have a segment facing the other way, going out in this direction. This highest point is also where I want to connect my silo though, which is going to hold the creeper farm. So I need to double check the size of that, and use that to figure out the width of this segment. Okay, the outline is kind of done, and I think I have a better idea of what this final product is going to look like. We've got the same road from before, and I've figured out a route for it to go. It's going to be very worn out, so I don't plan on sending it anywhere, but maybe we can tie a future project in with this. We've got the smaller building here. I want an outdoor area here, so this can be some kind of employee building, maybe have some meeting rooms, things like that. Then of course we've got loading and unloading on this platform, which will continue. And then we have this building here, which is just a higher portion of the factory to make this massive silo look a little better. This is the smallest I could get this creeper farm to fit in without making sacrifices to spawn rates, which I'm very okay with. Constraints are part of the design, and I didn't want to avoid it by making something less efficient. Instead, I wanted to embrace it and figure it out. But yeah, the creeper farm will go here, and then this building is going to be used for a sugarcane farm. Because of course this is a firework factory, not just a gunpowder factory, so I need a way to make paper, and this is going to be it. This is just the early days of the design though, and a lot of things can change, so we'll see if it stays like this. Before I do anything else, I'm going to build that creeper farm. And it's done. Oh! There was no water in that bucket. The creeper farm's done, and it looks very ugly right now. Don't worry about that. We'll clean it up. At this point, I've been doing a lot of building though, and I know just what to do to mix things up. Huh? Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. What? I was just trying to be resourceful, but I guess that's not allowed. No! I'm all the way back here. Okay, I guess I'll find my way back home. That didn't go well. Oh, I guess it's a good time to show off my nether highway. I'm talking about it like it's something fancy, but it's just a path I made. At least getting back from spawn isn't taking that long. Hello! I think the odds of my stuff being at this hole are about 0, but might as well go check it out. I just made new gear and everything too, and now I have no levels and no XP farm, and... oh, that's okay, we'll just deal with it. I see things! There's actually things! Okay, hold on. How do I get down there? That was dumb. Give me these blocks. 17, that's so many. Thank you so much. We got our boots? Oh no, it's just our boots, isn't it? That was some false hope, wasn't it? Well, now we've got a hole. I've got to take the walk of shame back. I thought I was far enough away, but clearly I'm just an idiot. I was at least able to recraft all of my gear. I have no levels though, so I can't enchant. Let's go do something productive to feel a little better. The sugarcane farm has been installed. Again, very ugly. It'll get covered up. It's fine. I'm sure. You got your sugarcane in the middle, water behind this block here, pistons on the second layer, observers on the top, so if any of these grow, this redstone gets lit up and bam! That was dumb, I'm sorry. And then we've got a hopper minecart going back and forth on this bottom side. This rail is flipped so that it goes in a loop, and it goes to this powered rail, which is over this hopper. This hopper has a comparator, which will get a signal of 1 if any items are in it. That'll turn this torch off, which turns this powered rail off, until all the items are out of the hopper. Let's just show an example of that by contaminating my system. And as you can see, it'll load all of the dirt into the chest and keep on going. This is going to be a little tricky to work around since ground level is here and there's a redstone torch sticking out of it. I'm sure we'll figure it out. That's fine. That's a future me problem. Actually, it's a very immediate future me problem. I'm finally going to build the factory. First up's my block palette. For the silo, I'm thinking blackstone on the bottom, transitioning into deep slate. Which I don't have right now, but that's okay. And for the main building, I want to start with moss on the bottom, because overgrown thing, of course. That'll move into stripped birch, and the stripped birch will transition into smooth sandstone, which will look something like that. And of course we need some windows. I think I'm just going to use some normal glass panes for that, which looks something like that. And for the roof, I was initially thinking some stage of copper, but that's really expensive. So instead, we'll go with the next best thing, which is junglewood. Look at that. And I grabbed some acacia because I want to do some accents involving it, which will probably be some kind of catwalk. That's not a very good representation of a catwalk, but the color is what matters. There's probably some more detailing I'll figure out, but this is the base idea. With all this in mind, let's go move it over there. And of course I did all that for transition, so I'm just going to have to tear that down. It's worth it, I swear. I'm feeling a little wacky, so what if I did this in the strangest order possible? I'm starting with the roof. Let's just build our way up and start to lay this out. I know I want that to be there, which means this will come up like that. Making a slabbed roof without a perfect slope can lead to some complications, so let's make sure we do this right. I think it's fine so far. I would just need to mirror it along here. How does that look? Oh, that looks weird. But I kind of like it. It's kind of got 3 curves to it, you know? It does like a whoop, 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 instead of like a whoop. And I like that. So I guess I'm committing. Yo. I know I live next to a pillager outpost, but there should not be that many of you. As long as you don't knock me down, we're chill. That's the first roof done, and it's onto this lower one, which I think is smaller? Width-wise, I mean. So I think I'm going to be doing something a little different here. They are so ready to shoot me. So let's just continue the same idea as the last one, which would be that. Yeah, that looks fine. Oh my god, the conga line of death. Next roof, next roof. Continue the same exact idea, and actually this should just keep working out. It's just this top segment that's going to be a little wider than the other one. Does it still look good when it's wider like that? I think so. And now there's only one more for me to figure out, which is this right here. And this building is so skinny that we might actually run into problems. But I'm thinking we can get this same idea if I just do something like that. Do we still got the 3 swooshes? Not really. But I think it works. Alright, let's head on up to fill in these roofs. Okay, now it's wall time. Let's start with the sandstone. Now the birch. And the moss. Now I can start building the silo. Which I'm actually going to do the blackstone for first because it would be kind of annoying otherwise. And we can put in a floor, which I'm going to make out of mud. And we can finish it off by adding some windows that I definitely forgot to record the process of doing. That's okay though, you didn't need to see that. I may have also added a wall in here and a wall in here. Now that we've got the base down, there's one last step, which is a bunch of tiny steps. Detailing! There was a whole lot done this episode, but I hope you can agree that it was all worth it. Especially now that I can put this on. I can reliably craft rockets now, which means I feel confident about using these now. And unlocking the ability to fly gives our whole world a very fresh perspective. Seeing things from afar makes me very, very happy about the progress we've made in this world, and I hope you agree. I really appreciate you sticking around for this long, and if you want to see more, then make sure to subscribe. And while you're at it, do the other things. The more I do in this world, the more ideas I get, I have plans for that hole. And I have plans for next episode. Plans that I am pretty excited for, so be ready for that. I've got to go for now, though, so I'll see you later. Bye. Bye! Bye! Bye!